Thanks for letting me know, Pratibha. Okay. So now what we'll do is, so a product backlog grooming meeting will go. After that, again a sprint planning for, this is for sprint one, right? I did this for the earlier classes for sprint. So now our everything will again restart for sprint two. Okay? You people are clear on what these meetings and how the flow is, right? Any doubts in this? Oh, okay, okay, no issues. So now what is going to happen is initially the product owner will be creating a product backlog. Okay. So after that, what will happen is, I'll put this, product owner creates product backlog. Okay. So this will be our first task for the day. After that, what will happen? He'll create a product backlog. Once that is created, BA, business analyst, will come into picture, will review the product backlog. Okay. So if there are any updates, we'll be having a final list. If this BA is going to have any feedback, we will now today we will have, we'll create a backlog in the way that BA will be giving feedback for you people to understand. Okay. So at that time, what will happen is, based on the feedback, a new list will be created. So after that, what will happen is, we'll be in our sprint plan meeting. So sprint plan meeting, what we will plan, we will actually create this what to say, sprint backlog, and we will also point the stories, right? The development team will point the stories to work on the sprint. So once that is done, our sprint one will start. Okay, and the team will start working on their task. So once that is completed, what will happen is, we'll have a sprint review. Sprint review means it is a demo for client. Okay, you'll be giving a demo to the client. Who will be giving it is a product owner only will be giving. What they will say is like, see, I have in this sprint we have developed this feature. It is developed in this way. We'll be uh, you'll be able to see these features in this module. So this is how the demo will go. Okay. After that, sprint retrospective will start. So after the sprint retrospective, usually we'll go for the product backlog. But here, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give a new feature for you in the requirement, or a change in feature. So at that time, what you need to do, you have to update the product backlog, right? You have to put that also. So for that, we'll be having a product backlog grooming meeting. Okay. And after that, we'll be having a uh, sprint planning for sprint two. All the meetings I have put in yellow. Okay, I'll change this color. All the meetings I have put in yellow. Okay, for you to understand. Why I am taking you through this in this way, because when you go for an interview, they will ask you to explain your project. Okay, you will obviously say, because everywhere we are using agile, so obviously what you will do is, you will say, I have an idea on agile project. I worked on agile project, something like that. They will ask you, you will tell. So at that time, they'll ask you to explain your project or explain the process in your project. So at that time, you have to tell this in this order. You have to say, product owner will create a product backlog, and based on the BS what to say, BS feedback, the product backlog will be updated. So after that, the sprint planning meeting will take place for the first sprint. Then the in the and a sprint backlog will be created from the product backlog. After that, the sprint will start, and the development team will, after they complete the given task in the sprint review meeting will be done. In this, we'll be giving a demo of the developed features of sprint 1 to the client. After that, we will have a sprint retrospective. In that retrospective, we will discuss what all issues we have faced in the sprint 1. and how we can do it in a better way. So after that, you have to say if there are any new features from the client, or if we are having any bugs which needs to be addressed as a new feature in sprint 1, we will be having a we'll be creating it as a feature, and we'll be having a backlog grooming meeting. In that, all the features will be again what to say prioritized based on the client's input. Okay, so after that, our sprint planning for sprint 2 will start, and we'll be following the same way. So this is how you should explain your project or the process you followed. If they ask, can you explain the agile process, if you tell it in this way, they will be quite clear. Okay, great, this person is having a good knowledge on all the ceremonies, what and all is happening in the sprint. So that is why I wanted to have an activity today. Okay, fine. Is it clear for everyone now? Okay. Okay, now, so we have product owners. Where is it? We have product owners as Pratibha and Bhakya. Okay, so now you people should be ready with. So people should be ready with the epics and stories. Bhakya, sorry, Pratibha, I saw some question, but I didn't have time. Okay, yeah. No, no, you just share me. You can share it on screen here in this chat. You can open it up, and I'll help you out also. Yeah. Bhakya, you are clear, right? Yeah, please share. Both of you, please share. We can consolidate it. Here you have chat, right? Yeah, in that. Oh, you want to share a picture? Okay, then you have sent me on WhatsApp, right? Yeah, I'll open it. So this is one, right? So what about others? So that is Bhakya. Have you shared? Okay, so now we'll go with this one. So what product backlog? What you have put is allow admin to enter. Okay, you're saying that the login of the admin, right? Yes, we will add this as a product backlog feature. Okay, so we are going to have a epic number here. We are going to have a feature here. Okay, so epic number is going to be one, and the feature is going to be admin login. Okay, so for this, you should be having a story number and description. Okay, so in admin login, uh, you have given allow admin to login, allow enter the page. Okay, both are same, right? So what we will do is, see here I have put few. If you see here, the feature would be login. So for the login feature, okay, the completely now you have login feature as a whole, right? So that would be your epic. Okay, and you are going to what is split it as admin login and lab technician login and what is his name? Patient. Yeah. So this is how the story would be. Okay. Okay. So for this admin feature, we are having 3 stories. Okay. Is everyone clear? Can you try reconnecting? Yeah, Bakya, you have sent something, right? We'll check that. So allow admin to enter page, yeah. Allow lab technician to log in, yeah. And allow patient to get registered. So these three are going to be stories, okay? Correct. So now generate OTP, enter my details, enter view my reports. Okay. So you people have put it in this way. Okay, to clarify you. So how it is, login is going to be a feature, and for login we are going to have three stories because we are going to have three logins, right? So the next one is going to be registration. Now we can also do registration, right? So for registration, we are going to have again admin registration, lab technician registration, patient registration, right? So this is going to be your second feature, sorry, second feature in your product backlog. I think who's getting this issue? Yeah, yeah, Sashmita, we are getting a lot of what to say. Your voice is echoing. Are you using headphones or are you on two machines? I think you have your speaker nearby or something like that. Your voice is echoing back. Okay, so the third feature again here is going to be admin can add or edit the technical detail, the what to say, the lab technician details, right? So that is going to again be your feature. Okay, and so he can add tech details, technician details, and he can edit technician details. Okay, so these two are going to be stories. Okay, so let us have only these three now. Okay, let us not confuse with more things. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, only the technician. Yeah, that will be your next feature. I thought okay, we can have only this because like okay. So we are going to have one, two, and three. Okay. So now, as you said, we'll put that also if you want. So now, technician maintains patient records. Okay, this is going to be your next feature. In this, what the technician can do is he can add a patient report, sorry, report details, right? And second, what he can do, he can edit it. Okay, edit patient records. And third, he can print, right? Print patient records. So these are going to be three more stories for this one. Now, wait. Okay. So now we are going to go for the fifth story. This is for patient login. Okay, patient view or something like that. So what patient can do is he can view his records. Second, he can request for earlier reports. Okay, so these two are going to be patient features. We'll imagine I'm not very like what to say. So we have one, two. So now you people are clear on what is the epic and what is a story, right? Everybody. So now, if you see, we have this. So here we have five stories and one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13, sorry, 5 features and 13 stories here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, why I didn't put this here is, imagine this is not given by the product owner. He missed out doing this. Okay, we'll have it in that way for you to understand. So this is our product backlog for now. Leave out the red one. Okay, so you have four epics and 11 stories. Okay, so now who's a BA over here? Who I have given? Aishwarya and Karthik, right? So you people are now, what you have to do is, you have my requirement, right? So you have to go through the requirement and you have to tell me if I need to add anything or remove anything, or if some features are missed out here. You should not tell me, you should let Pratibha and Bhagya know. Yeah, you just cross check. Okay, any changes? Obviously, I have left out this one, right? Patient view. Okay. So now you have to, what you have to do is, you need to add these features in your updated product backlog. So you will be giving your feedback to the product owner and they will add this to your, to their updated product backlog. I'll remove this from here. Okay. So that when you people see it tomorrow, you can understand. So the red highlighted ones are the updated ones based on business analyst feedback. Okay, so now you have a new list of product backlog items. So here, the, what to say, the major role of the business analyst, product owner, and the who's that? Sorry, business analyst and the product owner will come to an end. It's not a complete end, but here the documentation and the things will come to an end. So coming next, what happens is, why I have put here? What happened? I overwritten everything, right? Okay, no issues. So sprint planning will now start. Who's going to do it? Any idea? Sorry? Yes, exactly. So who's the scrum master here? By, so who's going to do now here is, yes, Guru and LLRC are going to. Now, what you have to do is, you have to get in touch with your team. Okay. So now you have your team here, the development team. You have to get in touch with these people and plan what with the product owner also. Okay, the business analyst can be ruled out here. With the product owner and the team, you have to plan and what stories, story number, and their point, and which team. Okay, so yeah. Yes. Yeah. So now the I'll put it here was Scrum Master. Okay. So the Scrum Master will ask the team, so and the product owner, from this backlog, right? These stories. So which story we'll have it as epic one, first story. Okay. Then only you can mark it over, map it over there. Epic one, second story. Two. This will be epic four, right? Okay, so we have these things now, right? One second. This is recording, right? Yeah. So now what happens is we have the epics story numbers here. Okay, so now what you are going to do is you are going to based on this we have these many stories on your product backlog. So you have to for sprint one how many your team will be able to do, and how what are the weightages for that, what to say, for that story you have to imagine. Okay, so now we have the development team here as we have the leads also Raghunath and Kaviyarsi, but the total dev team will be part of the sprint planning. Okay, so now you have to tell. So imagine like we are okay with epic one story one, the first story. This is going to be your second story, and we'll be working on these stories. Okay, this these will be worked in your sprint one, and this also. Imagine, okay. So we are going to have these many stories to be completed in sprint one. So now what we'll be doing is we'll be getting in touch with the what to say developers, development team on how weightage means how they will mark, how they will point it is actually it will be in house. Okay, and they for pointing they will be using the Fibonacci series. Okay, so that and all, when only when you come into the project you will understand those things. So as of now, as we are having, we planned only for 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes of first sprint will go. So how we are going to do is in that 15 minutes how much weightage can we give for the first story will be your task. Okay, so this is for a admin login. This admin login feature needs to be developed and also tested, right? So based on that you will be pointing it here, and all these stories putting together totally should have how many points for 15 minutes only, right? So now how can we plan it? So Guru and Elilarsi, are you there? Okay, so now you have to ask your team like how much you can, is it possible? Okay, so from the dev team, you should ask them how many, how much you point this you can point it. How it will happen is Naveen and Mohan will give a point. Okay, they'll say 2 minutes, and this is for the total team's capacity. Okay, not the individual capacity. So he will say 2 minutes, and this guy will say no, I want 4 minutes, and this guy will say I just want 3 minutes. Now what will happen is you have to talk with these people, say why, which is a feasible one. Okay, so now these people, development team, might be having a proper valid thing saying that yes, 4 minutes is okay, it is possible for me only in 4 minutes. So obviously, this 3 minutes and 2 minutes fall within the 4 minutes, right? So this is the feasible one, and they'll point this. Okay, in this way, now we are going to point this also as 4. Now we'll point this as 2, and this will come to 5. Okay, imagine. So the total would be 8, 10, 15 minutes is covered up here, right? So this should be totally for development and testing of that stories. Okay, so do you people understand what will happen here? Okay. So now what happens? We have these people have. I saw few people doing a very good job. They have shared a screenshot and all. Wait, I will show. So actually, the team has. So Raghunath, you have shared. What is this, Raghunath? Raghunath. Yeah. Okay. See, he has actually shared a very good piece of developed feature. Okay, so now this is done, and now what we are going to do is testing will also go in here. Okay, so now who's going to be the tester, right? Kavi Arasi and Kiran, now you have the story, right? And you know how it will be like, what it should be. So you have to identify what any issues in this design. As of now, only we have only this mock-up kind of thing, right? So you will obviously check out if any problem is there here, and if you feel no, this needs to be. So imagine. You have he has done name, date of birth, gender. So now the requirement says the date of birth, it should be a text field, okay, but a single text field, or a calendar icon should be there, but Raghu has missed it, right? So that is going to be a bug. Okay, imagine this is a scenario. Okay, so now while testing in the sprint itself, development is done. Okay, in QA, while doing a QA, development means the architectural and this thing putting together only. Okay. Now the QA person, what he identifies a bug for date of birth field. Okay. So and he has raised a bug which is called bug 001. Okay. And one more thing he sees, right? Maybe like he wants a edit feature. As per requirement, the edit feature should be uh, what to say, should be a new module. Okay, imagine we have, but here he has added it over here itself. So this is also going to be a bug. Okay, bug for edit lab report. Okay, so here we are going to make this as bug 2. So now this is a simple fix for the developer, right? He just needs to change the field to what to say, a calendar. So this what they will do is this fix should be done in the sprint itself. Okay, in sprint one itself, this fix should be completed. But this imagine this is a big feature. Okay, so this will be marked as a feature now. Okay, so this need not be what to say, worked upon now itself. Okay, so they'll be having it as a feature. Now what will happen? Now the sprint review. Now what you people after it is done, you will be giving a demo to client. Okay, so demo will be done for client. Okay, understood here what is actually happening. So now from the retrospective, what happens is Raghunath feels that while developing Raghunath and we have Literacy, right? Or Sasmita, you both feel that no, we need more resources for developing. This time is not sufficient for me. And also imagine in your sprint one, you haven't completed this story. This is not completed. Okay. Other things you have completed, this is the one which is not completed. So what will happen is you will say no in the sprint retrospective meeting to the who's that scrum master. You will say, see, I have this problem. You will say, who's that? Okay, see, Guru and LRC, I'm having problem with me and Sashmita. I'm not able to take care of the development activity as a whole. I'm not able to finish. I need an extra resource, or I need you need to what to say, like you need to put few stories in the sprint. So you'll be giving some inputs in this way which you are not happy about the last sprint. Okay. So here the scrum masters will sit together and they will decide on how to resolve it. Either they can give you a new resource, or they what they will do is, okay, in a sprint you need to complete only two stories or three stories. That much is fine. So they will decide in that way. So that is for what the sprint retrospective will be done after each sprint is completed. Okay? Understood what a sprint retrospective is? Okay. So now what I am going to do to you is, so I have features, right? So I have as a patient, I should be able to get registered to the application. Now I feel I give a new feature here. As a patient, I should be able to download my prescriptions from the system. Okay. So what happens? Obviously, here the lab technician should get in touch with the doctor and get your prescriptions also, right? So here one more feature will get added. As lab technician, I should be able to contact doctor and get patient's prescription and upload on system. So obviously now we have two new features, right? So I give it now, uh, when the work is going on and after the sprint one is completed, I have a new feature. So patient should view the, what is this, prescription. Fine. So now this is a new feature introduced here by the client. So now what will happen? You now here you have a new feature, which was a bug, but it is marked as a new feature. And here you have a new feature which is given by the client also. So these two needs to be put into backlog grouping, right? So now you will ask the client which one need, like which one is urgent. A bug for edit lab report, is it really urgent? He says yes, that needs to be given the first priority. So what will happen is, now I'll pull this. Okay, now after this we are going to groom it, right? Sorry, this is what I'm doing. So after grooming, sorry, in grooming, what we are going to do is, so this story is completed, right? So we are going to remove it from our backlog. So this is completed. So we are going to remove this also. And now this is epic 2 and 1 is only not completed. So this is completed, we are removing it. So this is not completed, so this will stay in your product backlog because it's not yet completed. So now we will be adding more feature. So we have new features, right? So one is edit lab report, right? So either we can new add it as a new feature here, or here itself in edit patient record you can say as a new module. I update this over here, and this needs to be given a first priority, right? So what I will do is, they will put this first. Okay, they'll create a new list. So in the list of stories it will be here, this will be first, the other things will come next, and this will come here. And suppose we are having a new epic here. Okay, I'll put it as just epic for um, patient prescription, or getting, or epic for doctor to enter prescription. Okay, so what will happen? And I have, imagine I have three stories here. I have story 1 and story 2. 2, let it be 2 stories. Okay. Epic 5, story 1. Okay, fine. So now these two will come here in your product backlog. So this is how your product backlog now it will have this list in this order. Okay. And now what will happen is sprint planning for second sprint will start. Now in this, the scrum master should have on his mind that there was an issue given by Raghunath and his team saying that I need a resource or I need only these many stories in a sprint for a sprint. So based on this, and we also have what do we have? We have Epic 2 story 1 not completed. So what they will do is obviously they will pull this here. Okay. Epic 2 story 1 will be pulled here. And this is also high priority. So from backlog they'll pull this again. And one more story following. And what they will do is and they will point this again. Then after this, the sprint 2 will start. Again, the development will go. Again, all the process will go in this way. Are you people clear now how the agile works? Anybody else have got any questions or confusions? Huh? Yes. After finishing of sprint 1, you will have your backlog items groomed again. Again, you will have your what to say planning, sprint planning you will have, and in that you will be getting a list of items for sprint 2, and then only your sprint will start. Yeah. No, no. You have to, if that is not a very critical thing, which is not breaking your system or which needs to be addressed first, right? That should be fixed in sprint 1 itself. You should not push to sprint 2. So, if it needs to be pushed to any sprints, that will be again created as a feature and put in your product backlog. Yeah. Then obviously they'll be pushing it to the next sprint. It depends, okay, if it is going to be a small project or if they want a very quick release, frequent releases, at that time, for 1 week it will go. Some sprints will go for 2 weeks, some will go for 4 weeks also. Which one? No, 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 this is just an example for you to understand agile. We have lots of things in, if you take a lab what to say lab application, you'll be still having lots of things. I try to pull in some features along. Any more questions or doubts? I'll share you this, okay? So you can like go through and you try to understand. You try to what to say is you try to put words and try to explain the flow. Okay, so because this is how you should explain in your interviews. That's the reason I wanted to bring it to you people. Okay, any more questions? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, it depends. If they are able to give their budget for one more user, if the client says they'll get an approval from the client, okay, they'll say, see, they are having this technical issues, people want an extra resource or they want time. So, paying for one more resource depends on the client only. Okay, if that client says, okay, you can take in one more resource, I'm ready to pay, at that time they'll pull in one more resource. Or if the client says, okay, then You can, sorry? Okay. No, 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 no. No, no, sprint planning is for that, right? In sprint planning only, you list out what features needs to be worked on, developed on, what to say, sprint one. Sorry, sorry, I didn't get you actually. Okay. No, 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 no. It should not work in that way. They should stick on to what is mentioned in that. I think. Wait. This is a sprint backlog. Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah. Any questions? If not, I think we are done for today. Now, if I start a new topic, also, we'll not be having time. So we can start it tomorrow.